when you're out there, the training camp practices happen fast. You mean they are moving. The speed, you got guys that are desperate to make jobs or to get jobs. And so you're getting guys that are playing at a very high level and playing really quick. Trey Lance has got to play quicker mentally. He has got to play quicker. There's been times where I feel like that he's a little late holding the ball. I don't know if he's trying to read everything too precisely and just not react. But you will get a clear picture of him at training camp practices, especially with the secondary, and you will get a clear picture of him when you get to these preseason games, namely the Rams game, namely the Raiders game, and then you finish up with the Chargers. He is going to have opportunities to win this number 2 job. There's been some really good, and there's been some times where he needs to be a little bit better.
Good people, it's your boy Mr. Rome, Cowboys fan talk, right back like I never left. What's good with y'all, man? Listen, before I even say anything today, let me first and foremost say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Y'all see my gift? My baby's got me a couple things, man. New Apple Watch and all that extra stuff. Kids and wifey took care of me. But this dad gang hat is fresh. I love this joint, so I had to wear it. But y'all know me. I know it's Father's Day. Y'all thought I wasn't going to come. I'm not going to leave y'all slipping on the content. But I'm sorry that today's content might feel a little bit negative. It's not negative, though. This is informative. This is just to get the message out there. Because if you've been reading the comments, please comment too. It's a lot of misinformation out there with Trey Lance. I just made a video on Trey Lance recently, and I've referenced some of the things I heard, and people was playing me like I'm making this stuff up. So today I came with receipts. You seen the first clip. Shout out to Brian Broaddus, Bobby Belt, Love of the Star podcast. I think you can find it on 103.5 The Fan on their YouTube channel, on I think Odyssey podcast. I think it might be on Apple too. Just wanted to let y'all know where I got the clip from. They are Cowboys insiders, Cowboys scout. Been doing stuff with the Cowboys for years. So I think Brian Broaddus been doing it for like 20, 30 years. Like, seriously. They are informed. They understand the game of football. They actually watch the practices. This is not just hearsay like you be saying with me. Like, oh, you just a YouTuber. You don't know what you're talking about. That's fine. You don't got to listen to me. But when you hear people speak that watched him practice, that have watched quarterbacks over the years practice and know what they're looking at. If you don't think I know what I'm looking at. This isn't about tearing down Trey Lance. Let me just be clear. It's not about tearing down Trey Lance. This is about being realistic with where he's at. Because it's so many people that hate Dak Prescott out there. And just to let you know, a couple of y'all talking crazy about me on your channels. People get back to me. I hear about things, man. Don't think I don't hear it. I might not come check it out myself, but I hear what you're saying. Just to let you know. Y'all hate Dak Prescott so much that you want Trey Lance to take his spot. Not because you believe in Trey Lance. Just because you want anybody to take his spot. I've seen it be Cooper Rush. You wanted him to take it. You wanted Andy Dalton to take it. Now you want Trey Lance to take it. Anybody that gets a chance, you just want them to take Dak Prescott's spot. Dak Prescott just keep coming back. He like the Undertaker. He just keep coming back. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yeah, he's still here? Yes, he's still here. And he gonna get busy. But that's neither here nor there. I just think it's funny that a lot of this Trey Lance praise is more so just hope to have replacement for Dak Prescott and not actually just let this young man develop. I have no problem with Trey Lance developing. I seen a tweet earlier today saying, I think Trey Lance will be a fine quarterback one day. He just needs time to develop. That's neither here nor there. I don't know where he's going to end up or what he's going to end up being. Right now, though, he's not good enough. Brian Broaddus just said it. His processing power, it's just not there. Y'all want it to be there. It's not there yet. He's slow. He's just not. The way it was depicted by some of the media guys, Trey Lance looks good here. Trey Lance led a touchdown drive here. They're leaving out the fact that he threw interceptions and that he's processing and throwing the ball out there slowly. They're leaving out things purposefully, and they're not reporting anything on Dak Prescott. On purpose. This is an accident. Y'all know the reporters. I ain't gonna say their names, but there's some reporters out there that are pretty much just say whatever the Jones family like them to say, and that's cool. They want to create leverage, and it's messed up because Trey Lance is really out there trying to get better, and he has gotten better. Mechanics has gotten better. You know what? Let me let you hear another clip.
Yeah, I think the footwork was actually a lot better, and some of the backs looked a lot cleaner to me for Lance than I anticipated. That's where I kind of thought he might be behind a little bit, is in just some of those mechanics, coming from under center. But I thought that, his lower body mechanics looked pretty good, pretty in sync with Dak, pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
So those are positive things. But yeah, I think you're right. Look, I mean, it's nothing to overreact to. The question, I guess, would just be, is maybe the velocity to the sideline as good as I thought it was, or is it something more where he's taking a little longer to see it? It very well could be this is a guy he looks like a guy who's thrown 500 passes since middle school. Like, it's a guy who is, still processing things, and that's why these, reps are important. These reps.
That's why I give him every single one of them.
Yeah, honestly, I would.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, I know what Cooper Rush is. I know I'm going to get the ball moving. It's going to be moving underneath. He's going to be smart. He's not going to make mistakes. He's going to protect the football. But if you really think about what your future might be, it might be in Trey Lance's hands. And I'm sorry, folks. I'm not trying to be wet blanket guy here. I'm just saying, in 3 practices, there's some things that need to speed up. There's some things, and maybe he is not the strongest arm guy. That's some everybody's like, oh, he's got a big arm and all that. I'm like, you're right. Sometimes the ball going to the outside doesn't have the pace. And if you're going to be a little slower reading, you've got to be able to find a way to get the ball out there, where it's got some velocity and pace on it. So when these defensive backs break on you, he's the one guy that's had a couple of different interceptions. He's had tip balls and things like that. And that's allowing defenders to get there.
You are listening to the Love of the Star podcast.
Look, see, I told you, it's not about hate. Bobby Belt was keeping it real. The mechanics are looking good. His footwork is looking great. It's looking pretty good like Dax and everything like that. It's just, when you hear Brian say, it's just like things have to speed up for him. It's got to. This is the truth about Trey Lance, not what everyone's been saying. Now, I don't know how many more of these nuggets we're going to get, but look, he's going to get his chance. All the preseason games and all of the Oxnard practices. The difference is they're not going to be able to keep it under wraps. Those Oxnard practices are for the public. There's going to be film and videos floating around from people that are there. If he starts to throw mad interceptions and look bad, this story will die out. They'll just say he's just not ready. It's not going to be what if he have a couple of good drives and start to look good, I will have to shut up. I will have to come on here and give him praise and say Trey Lance is looking good, and then we'll talk about that when it happens. But like I've always said, he got to show me, and I'll shut up. Show me and I'll shut up. But this isn't about hate. This is about the fact that the people that don't like Dak Prescott or have contractual interest in not wanting to give him what he's worth, they almost need and pray Trey Lance is going to look amazing so that they can say, hey, look, if you ain't on point, we'll move on to this. I'm just here to tell y'all, man, this isn't Rudy. This isn't Hoosiers. This isn't Remember the Titans. This isn't the greatest story ever told. Trey Lance is just harnessing his power. I said this on a live stream, like Goku, and he's just going to unleash it this summer. It's not that. If Trey Lance was that great, he would have been flashing. We would have traded for Trey Lance and moved off Dak. We traded for Trey Lance and said he has to develop and let him to continue to develop. But he not Kurt Warner. It's not like, yo, man, we just ain't see it, but the greatness is just there. No. It's a reason why Kyle Shanahan said, I don't think I can do this. With such a young quarterback, with athleticism, apparently a strong arm, even though you've heard different in this video, it's just one of those things where we gotta just temper our expectations, slow it down, bring it back. Maybe he will turn into something, but I think he's 25. Get that boy another 1 or 2 years, maybe he can turn into a valuable backup. Maybe he'll have the Geno Smith thing where he needs like 5 years to really hit his stride and he becomes a starter somewhere in the league. It ain't going to be for the Cowboys as long as Dak Prescott's there, but I don't know where he's going to end up. I just want y'all to stop lying to yourselves. But I'll say this one more time. If Trey Lance goes out there this summer at training camp in the preseason games, balls out of his mind, and makes me have to come here and say, yo, Dak might have to look over his back, I will, and I'll apologize, and I'll give him all the props in the world. But according to Cowboys insiders, Bobby Belt, Brian Broaddus, who have seen practices, he's processing this down. He's not processing fast. His arm strength ain't as strong as everybody thinks. It just ain't what y'all think it is. So let it go. Okay? But look, it's your boy, Mr. Rome. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments about what y'all heard, where y'all think Trey Lance is. And if you just hate Dak Prescott, just say that. Y'all don't like Dak Prescott, just type it. And I don't care who replaces him. How about you type that? I respect that more than fake supporting Trey Lance. Just say you don't like him. I'll holla.